Good morning everyone, and thank you for joining us for the Anne and Cara Launch Gift Day. We're very excited to be taking the next step forward to bringing this ministry to fruition, and we're glad that you're here to share it with us. We'll be releasing 5 short videos throughout the day today, and we hope that you'll click on the links and join in. 28 years ago, when I first heard God call me to ministry, I had an image of myself in a pulpit as a Methodist minister. But God told me to wait. This call was not for now. I was not ready. At age 50, when I heard the call again and began to explore, I was led to train in pioneer ministry with the Church Mission Society. Again, God made it clear that traditional church ministry was not for me, but He did still want me to minister for Him. He wanted me to minister to some of the most unloved and marginalised people in our society, and to rely completely on Him as I did so. Now, I admit that one of my lifelong failings has been pride. Maybe you struggle with this too. I like to think I'm clever. I like to show off about the things that I've achieved, to think I'm in some way worthy, and to receive praise and thanks for my good works. I've always struggled to remember that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose, Romans 8:28. In all things God works, not Julie works. I've always aspired to be humble and have mostly failed. Jesus taught us so much about humility, didn't He? The Creator of the universe, omnipotent, omnipresent, the Word that brought everything into being, choosing to live among us, born into poverty as a refugee, living His life as a homeless itinerant among the outcast and marginalised people of His time, those considered low or untouchable, or those who were simply unloved or feared, tax collectors, prostitutes, criminals, disabled people and lepers. And finally, of course, submitting to the humility and degradation of torture and death by crucifixion among criminals, so that we, and the thief beside Him on the cross, may have everlasting life. 3 years ago, God sent me, through other people, 2 very clear messages within 1 week, telling me that He wanted me to work with people with sexual convictions. He went on to confirm this many times. Over the last 3 years, as I've sought to learn about this field, about which I knew nothing at all, I've certainly learned to walk in greater humility, as I've met with people with far greater expertise in this field than I, many of whom have been gracious enough to encourage me to continue. God has opened some doors and firmly closed others, as He's directed me along the path He has planned. I've also found myself humbled in my conversations with those I seek to serve. I've listened to their life stories, many full of heartbreaking abuse, hardship, neglect, shame, self-disgust and lack of self-worth, and I've been forced to acknowledge my own privilege. The question I'm most often asked when I explain the work God is calling me to is, why? By asking this, the asker sometimes means, why would you want to work with such horrible, frightening, disgusting people? And at other times they mean, why not work with someone more deserving? Or why put yourself through that? Isn't it hard, disturbing and dangerous? The answer is simply this. God created man in His own image. In the image of God He created him, male and female He created them. Genesis 1:27. He did not create some people in His image, but all people, these people included. And God loves all equally. It matters not to Him what we've done. We're all sinners, and so He gave His Son, Jesus, to die for us, because He loves us all. We all know the story of the lost sheep. How can the sheep be welcomed into the fold unless we're willing to humble ourselves, show love, and bring them inside? He told us that following Him will not be easy, but that He will be with us always. I acknowledge God being with me on this journey in every meeting with just the right person at the right time. for the qualified Christian counsellor who provides me with supervision at no charge to help me deal with the difficult things I hear and encounter, in giving me a team of others who share the same hopes and dreams, in the systems and procedures that will keep our team, the public and our residents safe from harm. This is a project in which there can be no rewards other than those of knowing that the love of God has been shared. No public accolades, as confidentiality is essential, and in which we will not succeed if we believe we are in any way better in God's eyes than those we seek to serve. I trust God to give us the resources, expertise, protection, strength of character, perseverance and humility to bring Anam Cara into being, and through it to demonstrate his love to his damaged and broken children.